Hello, I am Yechiel Amar, and today I will be illustrating my a lesson in my area of expertise, in my opinion, apple eating. So I will be illustrating, starting from the beginning, how to choose the right apple to eat. So what you want to do is my way of judging, which I developed over uh, years of professionally eating apples is to feel the apple. You got to feel it to know whether it's good or not. Now, of course, different apple brands have different feels. For example, some apples are naturally harder than others. Then again, not all apples taste the same. Some apples are get better sliced, some are better eaten whole. My preferred brand is the Macintosh apple because it's easy to eat and yeah, it tastes, I just prefer the taste. So I'll be just illustrating with that. So the way I test is I feel the skin. Now, don't let a little bruising scare you because some people just see the bruising, but it's only a little. Sometimes there's not even the brown underneath. And a little won't hurt you. But in my opinion, it's better to have like a little brown than you have like one of those not ripe apples that's impossible to get through. So what I do is I take the apple and I just give like a little push into it and I see if there's any give. If there's give, a little give, then I know it's ripe. If there's like barely at all, I can't even, then I know this is probably not a right apple. It's better. And if it's not ripe, it's better to slice it up and eat it that way and then to go at it whole because not be able to get through it whole. It's not ripe. You'll barely be able to get any give into it. So yeah, a pro tip when slice, add cinnamon and it makes a great snack. So now I'm going to demonstrate. I have judged this apple worthy, and now I will take my beginning bite. Any place is fine. Well, you want to find a good place, try to find the thinnest part of the apple because you want to get a good bite in. I can bite pretty deep into an apple now after practice, so I'm gonna go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'rei eitz. Mhm. Okay. The skin, if you can see, not the skin. Inside of the apple is white with a little green. If that inside is green, like very green, like noticeably green, you've probably seen it. That means generally in this type of apple, in a Macintosh apple, that's not ripe yet. Of course, there are exceptions. Sometimes I've been proven wrong before, but that's a general rule I like to go by a little bit. So I use my front teeth just to like get in there. Sometimes it takes me a couple of tries to really get into the apple. I got lucky this time. I got it in the first bite. So after making the initial bite, what I like to do is go around the side, the full circumference of the apple. In that way, that maximizes my view of this portion, and I'm just going to go ahead with that stage now. About skin. If you want to spit out skin that you get inside, it's fine. Sometimes the skin, if it's not eaten with fruit, it's hard to get down. So if there's like you're just chewing a piece of skin and it's really uncomfortable and you're not getting it down, just spit it out. Hmm. Take as many bites as you want. I do big, We'll do small. Now, if you're taking big bites and you're actually biting into the seed cluster area, Well, I wouldn't advise picking out at this point, but if you really bite into it and it's like open, maybe start shaking out the seeds because you're going to want the seeds out. You've probably heard the urban myth. Well, no, it's not an urban myth. It's true. There is a little bit of cyanide in apple seeds, but definitely not enough to be fatal. But you still eating apple seeds, they're not edible. You don't want to eat them. And maybe I don't know. Maybe if you do eat enough apple seeds, probably a lot, but maybe it will be fatal. But let's just say you don't want apple seeds. Okay. Most people at this point eating the apple are done. And this is where a little bit of expertise comes in. Eating a harder apple, because look how much more of the apple is left. Got all this, all this. Don't let that go to waste. So in a harder apple, normally I would just eat around this. I would eat around this part first, or just bite this off whole, or I would eat around this. Make sure I pull up the stem if you can. That's really helpful. But you see, this is a softer apple, so I could just do this. Crack it open. I then remove the seeds and the hard casing around the seeds as a yeah. And now see, I have this part, and now I will proceed this. Make sure you don't eat the stem. And look, there's some of the rooms. There's just so much good apple. Now, this part of the apple got the brunt of the seeds. Either one can get it, so it's a little more difficult. So this may be a little time consuming, but if you really want to maximize your apple, pick out the parts. Seeds out. This won't always be an option. Sometimes I just swallow this part whole, spit out the seeds after. But when I can, I like to do a more methodical approach to my apple eating experience. And bam, now I have this good apple. And there you have it. Instead of a core left, all that's left is this. A couple of seeds and shell casing for the seeds. And there's a little skin around there, but I'll get down. Anyways, that concludes my apple eating tutorial. And if you've got any apple related questions, just cool.